Hi, and welcome to Path to Purple. I almost forgot our name.
Path to Purple.
Path to Purple, Becoming Army.
Yes, right.
I'm Kristen.
I'm Robin.
And today we are talking about season 1 of Run BTS, or all 10 episodes, which I feel like we could get them all knocked out in this one episode because they're short.
Yeah,
they're short episodes, but jam-packed with fun.
Oh yeah, there was so much fun. And check it out if you haven't already.
You should.
Yeah.
You won't be disappointed.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so the first one was the intro to the series where they briefly introduced themselves, gave us a chance to really like see them and a little bit of their personality, but I feel like we can go past that one. I think if you're new to BTS or if you are a casual listener and you're trying to become more obsessed like we are, start with the intro, familiarize yourself with who they are, listen to their introductions. They do bring out their personality in their introduction, so it does give you a little idea of like how they are and who they are.
Right.
But let's go into the first real episode.
Which is actually the second episode.
Yeah,
but it's the first
Best
episode.
Man. Okay, so the synopsis of this one, it's just featuring a mouth-sized measurement test and a tickle test.
Yes.
So this one was hilarious.
Wasn't your average tickle test.
They basically tried to figure out like the qualities of a good, like the best type of man. And sexy lips was one.
Yes,
so they had to do the mouth test, and so they put on lipstick and then they opened their mouth as wide as they could and made their lip print and then measured to see who had the widest mouth. I guess like who has the biggest mouth. And then they did the patience test, which was the tickling. They had to hold water in their mouth, and the other members had to tickle them and try to get them to release their water. Was there a third one? I don't know.
The third one was the musical cushions.
Oh, the musical cushions. What was that testing?
That was, oh gosh, what was it testing?
Or what was the quality?
I can tell you who won.
Well, I can tell you who won too. I can tell you who won the whole thing.
I don't know what that. It wasn't patience.
No, the tickle test was patience. I can't remember what it was, but
patience.
Either way, they basically played musical cushions, and the overall winner of that was JK, because this kid's good at everything. But yes, he had the biggest mouth, the most patience.
No, he did not have the biggest mouth.
Oh wait, no, he didn't have the biggest mouth. It was Taeyoung. With 9.5 or 9.5.
9.5.
Yeah, centimeters. But he came in second, right?
He came in second. I believe,
And then he won the other two.
Right, he won the other two.
So he did get the overall best man award.
Right, he did.
So that was a fun episode. I guess it was an interesting introduction into like their care, like who they are, like how they are with each other. I love the bit where where Taeyoung spits in, was it Jin's face? To just get him out of his face. And then when it was Jin's turn, Taeyoung was like, no, I'm gonna sit this one out because he's gonna spit in my face.
Yeah, that was with the water challenge.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. The drawing of the lipstick, having the members put the lipstick on them
on the person being tested.
Like it's because they put the lipstick all over Taeyoung's nose.
Which one got the lipstick down the side of the corner of his mouth? They put it on, but then they drew a line down the side of his mouth.
I think because he moved. I don't remember who it was.
I don't know. That was funny. I was like, why would they do that?
But because they're chaotic.
Yeah.
Because they're chaotic and they're funny.
Yeah.
But that was a good episode.
Yeah.
The next episode is probably one of my favorite ones.
The
amusement park. Yeah, the amusement park one where they had a day off.
Poor. Go ahead.
The poor who?
J-Hope.
Yes, poor J-Hope. Poor J-Hope. That poor guy. He was brought to his limit.
Yes, he was
that day.
Yes.
I feel for him.
I do too.
But at the same time, I love roller coasters and scary rides. So like, I'd probably be the person next to me, be like, "Oh my God, get over it! Like you'll be fine."
But I would be him because that's how I ride most rides with my eyes closed.
but he was screaming, and they had to do the emoticon over his face to protect his humanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he passed out on one of the rides.
Yeah, I think he did.
He passed out on a poor guy.
He looked at when they pulled up. Oh, I don't want to give too much, but he just looked at the rides and he was,
there was, oh no, it wasn't him. It was Jimin who, like, at the first ride ran away screaming mommy. Yeah, they were so funny.
Yeah,
they were so funny in this episode. And of course, JK's like, oh, this is a breeze. Like, he's just riding it and having fun.
Yeah,
I love how Jimin was so scared and then got on it and was like, it's nothing.
I can do that. I can do that.
It's fine. It's no big deal. He cracked me up, but yeah, J-Hope really kind of stood out in this one because. I felt for him. Yeah, the poor guy. He was just ready to go home. He was ready to go home so bad. He was, after every ride, he was like, all right, we're done. We're done. He was not having it.
Yeah.
The next one, the 30-second gate. Oh, this was the one in the pool.
Yes.
With the garlic juice. Garlic juice. Which I will say, Jin and I think it was J-Hope kept getting lucky because they kept winning and losing and having to do the punishment, but because of time, they never had to. They never had to drink it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was the games in the pool with the Jenga. And the Coke and the unfolding
of the what do you call those?
Origami.
Oh, origamis. Yes.
The crane.
Yeah.
They had
without ripping it.
Yeah, without ripping it. And who cheated? Sugar cheated. I think Sugar cheated.
He tore apart. He tore.
But when he held it up, he held up the one he tore, and then when he put it down and they questioned it, he held up somebody else's. You got to watch him. You got to watch him. And then that's when we saw the Maknae line being troublemakers, shaking up the bottle. Well, Arm was in there too, but shaking up the bottles
of Coke.
Yeah,
yes.
Coke to try to make it, explode.
And the way they transferred, they took one bottle of Coke that had the Coke in it in an empty bottle. And they poured it over, and all of it had to transfer.
They had to get at least half of it full.
Yeah, into the right. Well, maybe a little bit more than half, because
they had to get at least half.
At least half.
Yeah.
All right. So what they did is they sugar the bottle. So there's no way you could get half because half of it
just explodes all over.
Exploded all over before you even got started. So
they did really well.
Yeah.
The Jenga, I think it was
Jimin was the
winner. Yeah, Jimin won that one. Yeah,
he won that one.
Everything, I think he was the overall winner. Yeah. But I think with the Jenga, they had to take out the pieces with chopsticks, and I think it was J-Hope who lost before he even got to it because of the way he jumped in the pool.
Yes, it fell apart,
and it fell all down. Everything fell down. Yeah, so that one was very entertaining. The next one was very entertaining too. The 100-second sports day.
Yes.
And this is the one where they went up, or they had to. They did a bet with the director.
Yes.
And so if they won, then the director had to drink whatever concoction they made with all the sauces, the condiments.
Sauces.
I will say they were so mean with that one, with the hot sauce. They were quite mean with that one. But there were a lot of fun antics that ensued in the process of getting through. And it took them, I think, 6 tries? It took them a while.
It took them 5 or 6 tries because the ones at the end only had to do it once.
Yeah, because they never got to.
They never got to the end.
They kept messing up in the middle part. But no, it was really fun. Nice little outing for them. Get a chance to be outdoors. I think it was during Chuseok, which is one of their holidays.
Oh yes, yeah, that's right. You did mention that.
I think it was during that holiday. That they did this, but they got to enjoy snacks.
Yes, well,
because they won.
Yeah. Oh, not the snacks that they were opening.
Oh, that they were with their feet.
Not that snack. That's not the snack you're talking about, right?
Popcorn.
Popcorn.
The bag of popcorn with their feet. Which I guess Jin realized his hidden talent.
Talent, right?
For opening bags with his toes.
With his toes.
But it was a lot of fun. That one was hilarious. I think you were laughing so hard. I think you were crying laughing.
Because you know what? The turning around, the spinning, the first one, the spinning around, that one, because when he came out of it, he's so dizzy, but he had to pick up something and throw it, or didn't he have to pick up something and throw it?
Yeah, pick up
to sugar, right?
Oh no. He didn't have to throw it. He had to hit it with his foot.
Oh, okay.
That's why he had to hit it once with his foot.
Okay.
And that was that I think it was when they switched from JK to Tay on that one. I think, and Tay did it, and the first time he was fine. The second time, he came out like super dizzy.
Yeah, really dizzy.
But it was really funny.
Yeah.
And then the next one, the priest.
Yes.
Okay, so this one was, they were just basically tattletaling on each other. they were just basically complaining to each other. But yeah, it was the first and second half. So you had the first half where Jin was the priest. Jimin was the priest. And then the second half where Suga was the priest.
Right.
And
so my question, I think I asked this of you when we were watching it, and I don't really remember what your answer was, but did they know who they were confessing to?
Yeah, I think they did. I mean, especially in the ones like where Jimin came around, and I think I can't remember who he hugged, but he did hug one of them. And then the other one where he told him to do push-ups. So yeah, they knew who they were. They knew who they were acting towards. And I think that's because why they chose their complaints the way they did, because the priest can't get out of character, so they can't attack them.
I was like, they were confessing to the person. They were confessing to the person they were
complaining about.
Yeah, like, why would you do that? But
because it makes for great TV.
It does make for great TV. Yes, because it was funny.
We laughed.
Yes, we did.
We laughed, and I remember there were a couple moments where we're like, really?
Yeah.
When they were talking about, I think it was J-Hope who was talking about, or maybe they were talking about J-Hope coming out of the bathroom naked. he just comes out like all naked, and I want to see that. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Or wearing underwear.
The underwear, yeah. You were wearing my underwear. Yes. So yeah, I think they definitely knew who they were talking to. But I think
so. I must have been laughing really hard because I don't think I caught your answer with that one.
Yeah, but it was funny.
It was
funny.
Yes.
I love those. I like when they do those kind of skits. The next one was a 3-part. Oh, 4-part. Okay, so it was the adventure retreat. So they had the first part where they played paintball. And then they had the second one where they did the flags.
Yeah, on the ATVs.
Yeah. And then the third one was bungee jumping.
Ooh,
and then the last one was the meal, that's when it was discovered that there was a spy. And and they had to figure out who the spy was throughout the whole retreat.
And don't you need to explain that?
No, I'll get to it.
Okay.
So the first part is the paintball. They divided up into teams and they played paintball against each other, and so they had 2 rounds, and then whoever won either whoever won both games or whoever had the least amount of respawns was the winner. So they did that. They
the black team was the overall.
I think was it the black team or the red? No, it was the red team. What was the one that JK and Taeyoung were on? I think it was the red team. I thought they were on it because black team was J-Hope and RM and Suga. And Jimin. And they I can't remember. I remember it's a team that JK was on. JK's team won. And then the second one was the ATV, so there were flags. There were 10 flags with meals on them, or different snacks, and they had to collect as many as they could find. And then 4 of them get the ATV, and 3 of them had to run up the mountain on foot. And then, but just the chaos, like Jimin being sneaky about how many flags he had, and tucking them in his shirt. Suga just running out of nowhere.
He got off of his ATV because it got stuck.
But can I just say?
But then it was what?
This man's little old man run. I love his little old man run. The way he just the mountain, but he looks like he's going fast, but he's really not going that fast. But he had a couple of moments where he snuck by the members and caught them off guard. He did steal a flag because I think JK dropped a flag and was reversing to get it, and he just comes out of nowhere,
comes out and picks it up.
Snatches it. He was funny in that one.
And now who took his ATV?
It wasn't
Sugar.
Who took Sugar's?
Right,
ATV?
right. Who took his?
Was it Jimin? Or I can't remember who had it originally or who didn't have it originally. It might have been V.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
But he abandoned it
He
because it didn't work.
because
Because
that's
stopped
right.
working.
It didn't work. It did. I mean, not that it got stuck. It didn't work.
Yeah, he couldn't get it to turn or whatever.
Right. To turn on. So he came up and like it turned right on, and it was like, "Hey, I got a ride now."
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. Oh yeah, and it says Tay ignores all the flags gathering in favor of just. Oh yeah, so he is the one who stole Suga's ATV, but I feel like he also I think his team told him like, oh, whatever we get, like we'll all share.
Right.
And he was really kind of banking.
He was definitely banking on it because he said
he was not collecting.
Okay. He wasn't worried because we're all going
to share. We're all going to share. And then in the end, they didn't. Did they share with him? I can't remember.
Well, no, everybody did get one at the end.
Everybody did get something.
Except some of them had meal.
And some of them had just like snacks, like little things. But yeah, that one.
Sausage.
The sausage. That was funny.
Yeah.
That was pure chaos. And then the last one was the bungee jumping, which I know that a lot of them are scared of heights, but I know that like who was it that's well, except for JK. JK is just like
let's just go.
J-Hope's really scared of heights, and he was the last one to go, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah, and then I think Jimin is also very scared of heights, but they all jumped. So they all jumped, and they all said their little phrase as they jumped. And they had to guess the other team's dance. At the bottom, but it was so dark. Like I felt like that was really difficult. But I think they ended up getting it right. I think they got it right. I couldn't remember at the end. I was just so proud that they jumped.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I want to do this, so I had to add it to my bucket list.
No, not me. No, not me. Figure out my dance after you jump.
Sure. Okay. You learn the choreo. You gotta learn the choreo.
Yeah. Okay. And so it has to be, I guess it would have to be theirs because they inspired your decision. So yes.
And then the last episode was what they won, the food. And so they were eating. But then, like I said earlier, it was revealed that there was a spy. And so basically the spy had missions that they had to accomplish throughout all of the different activities. And this is, I'm seeing, I think, we're going to see a lot more of this happen where like one of them will try to play the role and get everybody to convince them that they're the spy when they're not. This time it was V who did that.
Right. Because they thought it was.
And they really did. He honestly, watching it, you kind of thought he was too.
Yeah.
I don't want to give away who actually was the spy for those who haven't watched it, but it's not V. So when he starts giving the clues, just remember like, he sounds very convincing. It's not him. He's just a really good liar. It's a very good liar with that cute face. And like, how do you not believe him?
Yeah.
But then the real spy stepped forward and claimed their prize because they didn't accomplish enough of the missions, so they were able to get the prize. But all in all, I do love that they put together this series.
It's a good series.
It's funny, and they had to create their own content because they weren't getting invited to variety shows because they were still really new and they were still from a small company and they weren't getting that preferential treatment like the other groups from other big companies were. So
this was also getting noticed and people were beginning to not BTS.
The other
groups,
but I feel like the thing about BTS was that they were like, okay, we need to go to the people because we get them to join us because obviously the media companies aren't going to be behind us, so they had to do their own thing. And this series is just it's just a real raw, like, I mean, they come up with their ideas themselves for the most part, and it's funny because you would think they'd remember they suggested these things.
But then sometimes you sit there and say it's a whole lot easier to just suggest it while you're sitting there, coming up with stuff rather than
and like just in a comfortable chair and the air conditioning.
Nobody's spitting on you.
Yeah, no, you don't think about like we're gonna be out in the mountains for a weekend playing paintball and riding ATVs or running up the mountain in search for food. But it's I feel like they may suggest things and then the staff kind of go above and beyond, like make it bigger.
Yeah.
And so they have an idea of what could be happening, but they never know for sure.
Yeah.
One thing I've learned is that in seeing them in different, like seeing clips of the different episodes or like some of the things that they do, I feel like their staff really just likes to mess with it. Their staff really, I mean, obviously they love the guys, but I feel like the staff is just like, no, we're gonna have some fun.
Yeah,
we're gonna have some fun with this.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm really excited for the rest of the seasons. I think there's 5 seasons. I need to see how many. Let me scroll up. 4 seasons.
4 seasons. Okay.
Yeah. So there's 4 seasons, and I feel like they're all going to be really funny, if not funnier than this first one. Yeah. But in the later episodes, when we talk about Run BTS, we're going to break it down in chunks. We're not going to do a season at a time because the second season has so many episodes, and the episodes start to get longer as the demand for their content grows.
Yeah.
And the fans, start really paying attention. The first season was a great intro into what to expect. Right. For their show Run BTS.
So, yeah.
It gave you a little bit of everything. It gave you some indoors, some outdoors, some wet, some dry.
Yes.
So they had air, land, and sea. In this one, figuratively speaking. Yeah. Exactly. So I think they had, a good mix of the type of content that they want to show, and the later seasons will show that a lot more, and it's only going to get more chaotic. And I'm excited for it. I think we're going to have stomach aches from laughing so hard. And we're probably going to be crying a lot. So I feel like we're going to have to watch it multiple times.
Yes, I agree.
To see exactly what happens, because we went through twice for season 1. I think we only went through it twice.
Yeah.
But I feel like
we had time in between, the first and the second time. We had a little bit of time in between. But it was,
so the second one was like a refresher, but it's very funny.
It still was funny.
But I think breaking it up in chunks instead of doing like 10 episodes at once.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be a lot easier to go through it multiple times. And I feel like even if you do go through it multiple times, there's always going to be something that you're going to catch.
Yeah.
Mostly because you miss it from laughing.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
So yeah, I'm very excited about that.
So how about this? What about this? While our next episode, take the time to watch maybe 5 to 10 episodes of season 2.
Yeah. And start getting into season 2.
Yeah, and then we, when we talk about it,
you'll know exactly
what and you'll probably start laughing again. Yeah. But anyway, let's put that out there.
Yeah,
it's on the table.
Watch it with us.
Yes, exactly.
Like we can all talk together. Is there anything else you wanted to say about season 1? I mean, what episodes? I mentioned the episodes that I really liked. What episode did you really like?
I really liked. I liked the ATV. That was 3.
The 4 part. Yeah, the mountain retreat.
4 part, the mountain retreat. I like those. The only one bungee jumping, but I really liked that too. So I'd say I like the retreat one. Yeah, the retreat one.
That one was a good session.
Because that was 4 episodes there. That was good. And then the other one outside of that one, my second like was the amusement park. That was my second.
It made me want to go to an amusement park.
Well, yeah.
I was like, I really want to go get on
and we still didn't determine what amusement park. We were trying to figure that out.
It's in the U.S. I'm pretty sure it was one of the Magic Mountains, but
that's right.
I think it might have been one of the ones in Texas or something. I'm not entirely sure.
They have one in Atlanta, and
do they have it?
Yeah,
I know they have one in Texas.
They have one in Atlanta.
They do have one in Atlanta.
Or Georgia. Let me just say Georgia. I'm not quite sure if it is Atlanta, but they do have one in Georgia.
Yeah. So I think it was a Six Flags.
They have Jersey, here, Georgia, and
Texas.
In Texas.
I don't know. I keep saying Texas, and now I have less confidence in the fact that
you're like,
is it in Texas?
Texas.
Do you have it in Texas? Is there a Six Flags?
Yeah, is there Six Flags
in Texas? Let us know.
Let us know.
I mean, I guess I could Google it, but
let us know. We'll wait for you guys.
Yeah, we'll wait for you to let us know. But yes, or if you happen to know exactly what amusement park they were at, let us know.
Yeah,
because we couldn't figure it out.
No,
I suck at geography, so yeah, no clue where they were. The only reason I know, and I don't even know with 100% confidence that they were in America, is because everything was in English.
Yeah,
but yeah, let us know. But yes, that wraps up season 1 of Run BTS, and episode 4. We're on episode 4. episode 4.
Yes.
Of our show here. Thank you so much for joining us.
We appreciate you guys.
Next time we'll be checking out School Love Affair. Third album.
Yes, the third album.
Yes, so we'll come back with that and talk about the tracks and what we liked about the album and what you'll probably like about the album too. Yes. So yeah, we'll see you next time.
Bye.